The dog who refused to say goodbye. Everyone had given up hope. The doctors. The nurses. Even the family. For months, Daniel had been in a coma, kept alive only by machines. The hospital room felt like a waiting grave, cold, silent, hopeless. The doctors had made their decision. Tomorrow, the life support would be turned off. But one soul refused to accept it. His best friend. His most loyal companion. A golden retriever named Charlie. And what happened next shocked everyone. The hospital room was silent, except for the steady beeping of the machines. On the bed lay Daniel, once a strong, cheerful man, now just a body kept alive by wires and tubes. The doctors had already given their verdict. There was no hope. Tomorrow, his family had to make the hardest decision of their lives. Daniel's wife, Emma, wiped away her tears and whispered, "Maybe we should bring Charlie. Let him see him one last time." At the hospital entrance, a golden retriever named Charlie waited anxiously. He had been Daniel's most loyal companion for years. Charlie wasn't allowed inside the hospital, but today was different. When he was finally brought into the room, something was off. He didn't run excitedly to Daniel's bedside like he always did. Instead, he walked slowly, his eyes fixed on his best friend. Emma knelt beside him, stroking his fur gently. "Go on, Charlie, say goodbye." But Charlie had no intention of saying goodbye. He nudged Daniel's hand with his nose, then rested his head gently on his chest. He didn't wag his tail. He didn't move. He just lay there, waiting. Minutes passed. The doctors exchanged glances. "It's time," one of them finally said, nodding to the nurse to take Charlie away. The nurse stepped forward. And then, Charlie's ears twitched. His body stiffened. His tail froze. Suddenly, he jumped up, pressing his nose against Daniel's face. Then, out of nowhere, he barked. Loudly. Everyone in the room flinched. "Charlie, quiet!" Emma whispered urgently. But Charlie didn't stop. He barked again. And again. He whimpered. He pawed at Daniel's arm as if he was calling him back. And then, the impossible happened. The steady, flat line on the heart monitor jolted. The weak, irregular beats suddenly became stronger. The doctors rushed to the bedside, eyes wide in disbelief. "Blood pressure rising, heart rate increasing," one of them murmured. Emma held her breath. "Daniel, can you hear me?" Her voice trembled. For a moment, there was nothing. Just the sound of the beeping monitors, and Charlie's heavy breathing. "It could be a fluctuation," one doctor muttered, but there was doubt in his voice. Seconds ticked by. Then, a faint, barely audible groan escaped Daniel's lips. Emma gasped, gripping her husband's hand. "Daniel! Oh my God!" His fingers twitched slightly. The doctors murmured amongst themselves, shaking their heads in disbelief. "This is impossible," someone whispered. Charlie let out a soft whimper, licked his owner's cheek, then wagged his tail for the first time since entering the room. And then, Daniel took a deep breath. A real, conscious breath. His eyelids fluttered. And then, his eyes opened. The first thing he saw was Charlie's face, loyal, overjoyed, and full of love. "Hey, buddy!" Daniel's voice was weak, but he was awake. Tears streamed down Emma's face. The doctors had no explanation. No medical reasoning. But everyone in that room knew one thing. Charlie hadn't come to say goodbye. He had come to bring his best friend back. Dogface, what do you think? Did Charlie sense something no one else could, or was this just a coincidence? Was he always meant to bring his best friend back? Let me know in the comments below. Fire if you loved this heartwarming story of loyalty and miracles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible dog stories. Memo: have you ever experienced a special bond with a dog? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Red Heart.